Hey guys, today we're going to be playing some KSP, and I've played this game a multitude of times, but today I wanted to try and make it a bit more harder for myself, so welcome to the first episode of my Let's Play of KSP. First of all, I will not allow reverting flights, quick loading, or missing crew respawns. Also, let's check this out. Ooh, pretty cool. Anyways, once we're done with that, what flag should I pick? There's a lot of good flags in this game, but I think I'm gonna pick the Goliath. I'm gonna name it Goliath Space Agency. And yeah, I think we're ready. Oh, nice. Nice video activity. Oh yeah, I've seen this multitude of times. So let's get to the get-go. Mission control. We're gonna accept our first few contracts. Gather scientific data from Kerbin and launch our first vessel. Now today we're not gonna be doing much. We're just gonna be doing some escape the atmosphere, maybe get into orbit if I can, but probably just some rocketry and then some landings, etc., etc. So hold on. So now we're just gonna add what every first KSP player makes, some aerodynamic fins. Hold on. We're only gonna add 2 of them. We don't need much. And then we're gonna add some science here. And our bravest pilot, Jebediah Kerman, will be the first person to be launched inside of a glorified firework. So now we're ready. Now we can form a lot of science just before we launch, because if you didn't know, you can do a lot of stuff, which is why I added 2 science goofs. Also, I added a mod called Chatterer and to the Eyes of Kerbal and free IVA, which basically allows me to do a lot of cool stuff in IVA and EVA. So immediately we're just gonna do some crew reports, then EVA report. And then we're immediately just gonna board, interseat, and forgot to check my staging like we always say, and now we're ready. Just gotta fix it up. And lift off. We want to observe the mystery while we're still flying. Now I'm planning for the second stage if we ever get a hammer booster to have less thrust, that way while we're still going pretty fast, we don't go really too fast. And now the reason you want to deploy your parachute like early is that way because this thing has wings on the back, see these? Well, that makes it act like a dart. When you flip it over, when a dart has wings on its back, it has a tendency to fly straight. If you put wings on the front, then it's gonna go backwards, which is why if you point it like this, Jeb will die at Mach 2 if we want to deploy our parachute. And we can just time warp until we start falling rapidly. We don't really need to do anything. This is what Jeb's view is like. You know what's really cool about this mod? If you unbuckle, you can actually walk around. Okay. It's a bit very janky, but it's like one of the oldest mods in the entire game. Along with Chatterer. Chatterer is my favorite mod because it makes the game less, how do I say, lonely. And now Jebediah is about to hit the ground, smooth and safely. Now, if you're wondering what Jebediah looks like so we don't have to IVA, this is what it looks like inside. There's this thing called interior overlay, which basically allows us to see what he's seeing, or at least third person him. And as you can see, there's a little like thingy. Oh. Okay, never mind. But it's a really cool addition to the mod. It allows you to see Jebediah while still not needing to IVA. And touchdown! We can safely recover our vessel, and let's see that sweet, sweet science that we earned. Expect like at least 28 science. 28! Perfect! I was spot on. Wait, no, it's almost 29. Anyways, we're gonna immediately go to mission control and accept the escape the atmosphere one. And I'm not gonna be doing a lot of these because I need like better landing gear if I ever get aviation, but that's for later episodes. And they just want us to do that, and it gives us some pretty good reputation, pretty good money, but it's not very significant, so no. 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 Anyways, with the money that we do have, we can accept some new stuff. Like basic rocketry and engineering 101. Now for today, we're mainly just going to be escaping the atmosphere, and I almost forgot to name our vessel. I like naming my vessels, to be honest. I know a lot of people in this game don't. They just name it stuff like the Fart Mark 1 or something like that, but I don't want to do that. I actually want to name it normal stuff. Really, we're just going to give it a... Now, why you may be asking, why a solid fuel booster? Why not use a more efficient engine like the swivel? Well, what's it called again? Upper stage engines like the swivel are actually more expensive than boosters itself. This one will cost only 400. This one only costs 200, but this one, just for the engine, costs 1,200. So it's more cost efficient to use the flea booster. Now, obviously, I'm going to be reducing the amount of thrust in this because I really don't want it to go too fast and burn up. Like 45 would be fine. After that, we're going to add the coupler here and a standard hammer booster. Now, you may be asking why not go and, like, what's it called again, upgrade the EVA. Well, the main reason I'm not going to be upgrading EVA is because, I don't have enough money for it. Actually, let me check if I have enough money. Let me check. I still don't know if I have enough money. Yeah, see, for an upgrade for this, it costs 75,000, and that's gonna take a big blow. I have barely enough money. I'm gonna have to farm more money, so no. For now, I'm not gonna be doing it. I'll mainly be just doing some of the stuff like this. Now, obviously, I'm gonna offset it, and obviously, we're gonna add 2 of these guys. I only need to add 1 thermometer because they are reusable. I think. Are they reusable? Yeah, they are reusable. So we only really need like one of them for it to work. And now our rocket, the Kerbal 2, is ready. Oh, and I almost forgot to add fins. This is reminiscent of every player's first suborbital rocket. I just know when they unlocked the hammer booster, they immediately went for this design. So maybe we're gonna want to tilt to the left, that way we don't burn so much fuel. And if you want to see what it looks like from Jebediah's view, this is what it looks like. Wait, we can unbuckle. Oh, this feels weird. Okay, this feels very weird. Okay, never mind. I don't want to do that anymore. And it seems like the upper stage booster ignites with much less thrust, but still pretty strong. As you can see, it's still not enough because we start heating up, which is why using a liquid fuel engine is much more preferable because it has throttle control. As you can see, we are very in the atmosphere. And now we can just safely detach our capsule because we don't really need that. While we're here, I'm going to observe mystery goo. Log temperature. And now you can just wait until we reach space. Because as you can see, we did reach space with if we check our maneuver node. We reached the apoapsis of 124. And I'm not really confident that we'll survive, but we'll see. Nice. I may be asking why not use a service bay. Well, it's mainly because I haven't unlocked service bays yet. And now we're gonna begin re-entering the atmosphere. We're gonna override it. Let's. That gives us only like 8 science. Yeah, that gives us barely more, but better than nothing. Ability phase retrograde, or we can just not. The game when re-entering will naturally shape us so we can. So when re-entering the atmosphere, naturally, how do I say, shapes us or like moves us around. That way we don't heat up. We'll see in this. As you can see, while re-entering, the atmosphere naturally shapes us. See? Something like that. And now you've slowed down enough for us to deploy our parachute. Once I do unlock the service bay, though, I will use it to its full extent. It's very useful for hiding stuff like probe cores. And there you go. Now it's just a waiting game until we splash down in Turbin's water. Yeah, it takes a long time. And where are we? We are a few kilometers away from the space center. And splash down. We can recover and let's see what type of money we get. If we have enough money to get so we can go EVAs, and I'm probably gonna use it to its full extent. Let's see, 71 science. Oh, and I do have enough money, so let's immediately upgrade it. And that's all for the first episode of the Kerbal Let's Play. See you next time, guys.